Oh my god, quite roll.
Oh, you got some clothes on.
Yeah, I thought, you know, unless I'm cutting glass tonight, I don't need to be topless, you know?
So what you normally get up to, Solomon?
Well, let's go upstairs. I like, Jesus Christ, you're gonna get any closer? Where are we?
Sorry, man.
Prison?
Sorry. You smell good, man. What's that? Gucci cologne or what?
No, mate, it's Sauvage.
Sauvage. Okay.
Sauvage, yeah, mate, yeah. I don't know. I think it's Dior. I think it's Sauvage Dior. Sauvage. I don't know. Anyway, it's the one that Johnny Depp's like used to do all the marketing for, but, you know, he got in trouble. Anyway, what do I normally do? I mean, normally, mate, you know, so it's normally a bit of legit. So my day starts with my legitimate business, right? The storefront. Make sure that's kosher. Now, between me and you, I'm currently in the process of trying to become the police department's supplier for their body armor. You know what I mean? Because no one's ever tried that before.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's kind of smart, actually. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm trying to get that. You know, they've seen the designs. They've kind of in principle agreed on them.
Dead outside.
They've in principle agreed on a first order, but I need to meet with one of the commissioners and just get it, you know, get the budget signed off. You know what I mean? Because at the moment the government have been very funny about spending.
There's two of them. We can try to
some of the
save
mayors
them.
might have overspent a few terms.
I can grab one in the Giga car.
Yeah.
Oh, two. He's fuck Jimbo.
So anyway, so that's my day. So my day normally starts with the legitimate side, and then I normally see if anyone needs any firearms. No, because I
have to
do
do it all
dabble.
at once at the
I
same
wouldn't say
time,
I'm an
it's
arms dealer, but I'm an arms dabbler.
Hello.
Yeah.
And then, you know, maybe knock over a bank, something like that. We've got our own little system for that so far. We've knocked over 4 with the police turning up, shaking my hand, and then walking away every time. Which is nice. Eventually, it won't work anymore, and I'll have to come up with some clever plans. But for now,
if we fail, it's medical neutrality.
And then after that, mate, it sort of depends what's going on. You know what I mean? Sometimes a pitcher will phone me up, he needs a hand doing something, or you know, I might phone like Kay about something. Kay goes, "Oh, I'm glad you phoned. I need someone picked up and delivered here." I'll go, "Yeah, no worries."
Yeah, just kind of like whatever the vibe's like.
Yeah. So I normally start a day with like a list of stuff I want to try and get done, but then the rest of it is, you know, I mean, if I bump into someone and they're up to something, then I'll be like, yeah, if, you know, room for a +1, I'll crack on.
So it's like
I'll be honest with you though, mate.
like.
I think the one thing I've not been too good at is getting outside my bubble, getting outside my comfort zone. You know what I mean? I found like my little bubble, and I was sort of like, oh, I'm safe over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then tonight I had a long chat with Mr. K about, you know, the city as a whole, and like, you know, my vision and what I want to achieve. And I've realized I've got to start stepping out of my bubble a bit more, you know?
Yeah, I say it's definitely, people don't really understand. It's definitely hard to do that in the city because a lot of like groups are just closed off. So even when you kind of talk to them, they shun you. But I definitely always say get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the only way for progression, you know? Be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with that, mate, 100%. Sometimes you got to put yourself out there in a way that maybe you're not, doesn't feel kosher, but
yeah,
you know, you do that, and that's how you end up transitioning to the next place you got to be at, you know?
Yeah, because if I was the same way, I still am the same way, but I've tried to change it a lot. Because if that was the case, I would have never gotten to CG, right? It was just being in uncomfortable situations, you know, sometimes feeling like you're by yourself, but it's all a fucking mental game, bro. It's nothing else but a mental game. You are your own illusion.
Yeah, mate. Yes, you know, you want a product of the world's a product of you, or rather, your view of the world is a product of you.
100%.
What about you, mate? What do you get up to?
Well, you know, I do the music stuff, and then, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm the meth guy, you know. So I provide CG meth, and
okay. And that's a very sort of, don't mind me saying, sort of wide variation. On the one hand, professional music career. On the other hand, meth cook.
You know what I mean? It's like you know, eventually, hopefully one day I'll go completely clean and, you know, take the music full time. But for now, I'm gonna dibble and dabble. Also, like, you know, want to start this whole like kind of drug organization. Eventually, you know, and then have people working under me. But to the point where they won't even see me or know who I am. Like have this big sting operation where there's like levels to it. But it's very hard to do that right now the way the city is. Kind of limits certain stuff, but it's always good to start until things get free up a little bit more, I guess. And then you know, eventually I want it to be, you know, new drugs come in the city, you know, I can control that and distribute that through like say I'm the main guy, and then you've got two guys that one runs half the city, the other runs half. Those two guys come to me, but to the city, those two guys are the plug, you know?
So you're basically completely in the shadows and cut off. So if anything goes horribly tits up, you've got a degree of separation.
Yeah.
And the product.
Exactly. And, you know, say, you know, CG, where, you know, we have ops, we're beefing with someone, it won't affect it because, you know, they're gonna go through two different sources. So at the end of the day, you know, the more beef, the better, because, you know, my ops will be buying from me. Maybe now.
Yeah, I get. In many ways, it's sort of similar to what I would eventually like to build up with the arms trade.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly what you were saying, like, you know, just stuff like that. But it's so hard to. It's like
find good people.
Yeah, like you see how the coke is, right? Like before,
mate, coke is fucked.
Everybody's got it, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Before it was. Hold on a sec. Yo,
can you hire me back to T-Locks?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Before it was only two crews had could get coke, right? Which was you know, CG and CB, right? And then they would that's how I kind of got into CG. Like made my first, you know, I would start selling coke and shit and crack to like Southsiders in the other store.
No, stand by 1 second.
But then eventually everybody just got access to it. So I'm hoping like these new drugs, it's less access, and you know.
I got an A as well. I want an A.
I got a macro and a.
Go ahead.
Hang on, what new drugs? New drugs? When new
No,
drugs?
I said hopefully when there's new drugs.
Oh, when there's new drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. Reckon there's the chance of new drugs coming in?
I think once the, you know, the city gets a nice little fresh start, you know, again, I think there'll be a whole different type of operation. I'm hoping. And
you and me both.
Yeah, because it's very tied down right now. So I think once the it opens up a little bit for certain things, then you know you can. Because the thing is, right? Most people, I look at it like this, right? Everybody wants to do shit. Everybody has ideas, but 90% of people are lazy.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate.
So you know, you could just outwork these motherfuckers. You'll always be in a better position.
I mean, and that's the key sometimes, mate. It's like a war of attrition. You know what I mean? All you got to do is hold on longer than they do. They fuck off, and then suddenly you've like doubled your fucking client base.
Exactly.
But how many people will tell you, "Oh yeah, mate, I deal guns. Oh yeah, I can get you guns." Fucking everyone and their dog.
And then
you know what I mean? But after a few weeks of doing it, they realise that it isn't the cash cow they thought it was.
Yeah.
So they go, fuck, they'll do something else.
And that's the thing, right? It's never about the cash.
No, this is the thing. This is exactly what I said to Kay earlier. Right, this city, ultimately, true power don't come from money.
No, it doesn't. And
you can be a millionaire because you spent your entire life fucking down at fucking lakes, fucking gold panning. No one knows your fucking name. All right, you got millions, and what?
The money's gonna come regardless. So, but if you focus on the money, that's the wrong thing. You gotta focus on the consistency and the ability and the value, right? Once you become valuable to anybody, you're in a position of power. So, you know, the go-to guy, right? Oh, I need guns. If like you said, everybody needs guns. You call them, you can't even fucking find them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the thing. So that's my go-to. So, you know, hopefully, you know, I can get to that position, and I'm just starting out with not just starting out, but I'm doing with the meth, and then eventually want to expand. I've got a few people working under me. I've got like 2 tiers, like one tier where, you know, guys I know, and then there's another tier where those guys get guys they know, but they don't know me. So it's starting a little bit more today. I mean, right now, but you know.
So with the meth, you're talking about people pushing it on corners, I assume.
No, they just, all they do is just cook. They cook, you know, they you know, they get like, you know, you get some new guys in the city that wants to hustle. You tell them, hey, you know, they cook for you. You pay them a little chains, and you know, you build. My whole point right now is just to build a solid group of individuals up. So, you know, they can show me they can cook and be consistent. Then like more things will come. You know.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, some guys cook for a week and you just never hear from them again. I think that's
mate, that ain't just cooking, mate. It's fucking. It don't matter if it's fucking Gold Rush, fucking Rooster's Rest, meth. Like people are, oh mate, I want a job. I'll be the best fucking cook Rooster's Rest has ever seen. All right, mate. 2 weeks later, where's so and so? Oh, I don't know. They don't come in anymore. It's like people get it in their head that that's their path in life, and then they get bored because all they do is they hyperfixate on that one thing for 2 weeks.
Well, it's kind of like, look how, like, you know, you came through the same way I came through. I kept hustling. I kept going. So that's the kind of people I want to meet. So you have to have some type of process of elimination. Because if you just give stuff to people and hand it to them, they'll never appreciate it and they will never be valuable to you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and I have it in a way where I can do the shit myself, you know? So, you know, you might find one good guy out of 20 guys, but, you know, one good guy is worth 1,000, you know?
I mean, yeah, let's be honest. There are certain ways of doing things as well, where you want 5 people you can trust beyond trust rather than 100 people
exactly
who would stab you in the back the second they got a chance.
That's what yeah, exactly. I'd rather a small loyal group than a huge operation of just rats infested people, you know, because you'll do some time, especially these cops. They're not afraid to throw the book at you.
Yeah, so far, I mean, I'm fairly sure there's probably maybe a few police who've got suspicions, but other than that, in the eyes of the law, mate, I'm fucking squeaky fucking clean.
Yeah, just like keep it that way. You're a smart man. You know how to move, so you just.
I think it's the accent is what helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, I know how to talk, and I think most police, if they aren't 100% sure they can get you for something, they tend to fucking back off. Like the 4 bank jobs I've done, every single time. No, it's 5 now actually. Every single time the police turn up, right? Yeah, the alarm's gone. It's been triggered because someone's tried to break in, and there's me outside in a 3-piece suit with a notepad.
Yeah.
First thing I tell them when they turn up is I tell them their response time. Right? Because immediately they're on the back foot. They're like, oh, hang on, what? And because normally I bollock them. You know what I mean? Because I've done 5 of these now, so I know what the last response time was like. So if it's worse, I let them know. Just to let you know, your response time was 2 minutes longer than last time. What's going on?
Smart.
You know, and they're like, what? And I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, what is going on in the city right now that was so important that you were 2 minutes, you know, it took you 2 minutes more than last time? What's going on? Oh, well, there's a lot going on right now. We're stretched thin. Okay, good to know. And I'll start making notes. You know, what are you doing? Oh, I'm making notes. I'm working security. I'm doing a security test for the bank here, and obviously the police response is part of the test. And immediately, mate, they don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, because they're so used to like one way. Like if there's a good enough diversion, they don't know.
They ask the questions. Have you got a hostage? Yes or no? You know, and then they got me stood there, and I'm asking them the questions. Like, you know, my favourite is, what's your name and badge number? What do you need that? I'm sorry, it's my legal right to ask that information. So what is your name and badge number, please? They get right pissy when you ask for that.
Yeah.
Works though, you know, so.
That's actually smart, to be fair.
I should bring you. Are you any good at opening up safes and whatnot?
Like what? Like from houses? Or
no, not from fucking houses. I'm in a bank, mate. Yeah.
Nah, like Mateo's good at that. Mateo can hack now. He just learned to hack.
Because what I done for the last one, right, is the 2 guys I had to actually break into the bank are far too well known to the police to be stood in there wearing a suit. Like they'd see them and they'd go, nah, this is a fucking robbery, right? But what we had was they did the thermite, right? Set off the alarm, and then they fucked off, right? Round the corner and hid. When the police arrived, it was just me and one of my boys, both squeaky clean. The police left, I radio the lads, they come back, open the safe, off we go. The alarm's already been triggered.
Yeah.
You know, so we actually don't rob it until the police have fucked off again.
That's fucking smart, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm stood there. You know, when they respond, I'm stood out there. So if they wanted to try to arrest me or accuse me of robbing the bank, they could if they wanted to. But there's nothing on me. There's no residue on my hands from doing thermite. My car's got nothing in it at all. They've got no reason to.
Yes, and like I said, they're not even used to this shit. So
no, they're used to turning up and there's guns out and a hostage on their knees. Oh, fuck me.
What the fuck?